Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're here for week 1 of the Global Mazda Cup. This week is at Summit Point and it's a really fun combo to drive, however very difficult on cold tyres. This lap was done with a fixed setup and a track temp of 53 degrees to match the official series. For those who are new here, I show a fast lap first and then go through the guided lap, explaining all of my brake markers and references to help you go faster. If you're only interested in the guided lap, I'll leave timestamps in the description so you can skip to the specific part you want. Let's get into it. But before we'd start, I'd really appreciate it if you all subscribe to my channel and like the video. Thank you! So for turn 1, I brake just after the 3 cones on the left. I'm braking hard in a straight line. I turn in where the service road starts on the left and take a late apex. I use first gear as it gives more rotation, however you can also use second. It keeps the car much more stable and has a very similar delta. I trail brake to the apex and get back on throttle just after the inside curb. I follow the repaved tarmac throughout the entire corner as a reference for where my car should be. And for the exit I get back over to the right, which can save a few hundredths per lap. For this left-hander, I brake at the start of the grass on the right, only at around 50%, and I trail off very quickly. I brake just enough to get the car rotated into the corner, and I turn in just before the second service road starts. I hold the car in third gear through here and get a late apex to carry speed onto the next straight. On the exit you can use all of the red and white curb, however the gravel will lose you lots of momentum, so don't touch it. For the fast right-hander, all I do is lift to around 80% and keep the car in 4th gear, avoiding the inside curb. For the hairpin just after, I brake at the start of the dirt patch on the right and then use 1st gear. You can use the engine brake in this car to slow it down a lot faster, however if you do this too aggressively the engine will brake, so be careful. I take a late apex to keep the car on the left side of the track while still getting good traction, and I get back on throttle at the end of the inside curb. For the exit you want to keep the car as far to the left as possible to prepare for the next corner. Here I keep the car in 1st gear and brake at the gap in the tyre barrier on the left to around 40% to rotate the car. I hug the inside curb and the rear can get unstable here, so be careful on cold tyres. I gradually come back on throttle when I can see the end of the inside curb and allow the car to move out to the left. For this right-hander I avoid the inside curb and just lift slightly, which allows me to take the next 2 corners flat. I aim to apex at the end of the inside curb here and keep the car as far left as possible on the exit to make the next turn flat. Here you can use some of the curb on the inside and you can use all of the curb on the exit without getting an off track. You have to be very smooth with your steering through here to get the sequence right, as to not understeer wide. For the final corner I brake at the dirt on the left and use 3rd gear. My peak brake pressure is around 75% before I trail brake to the apex. I turn in for a late apex to get a good exit onto the main straight, and I get back on throttle at the end of the inside curb. Down into turn 1 will be the main overtaking opportunity here, so it's very important to not get a bad exit if there's a car close behind you. On the exit you can use all of the tarmac on the left without getting off track, and you really want to avoid the gravel at all costs as it hugely slows the car down. So that was a lap at Summit Point. If you found this guide helpful, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Good luck for your races this week, and I'll now leave you the third person lap to the end of the video.